Manny, just your thoughts on Game 1 here. What are your big takeaways from it?
Well, most importantly for us is we got the win. Not in ideal fashion. When you have a game at 4-1, we'd expect to have more control of the game and be able to settle things down a little bit more. Give credit to them. They're the type of team that will not go away, and we understand that. And right down to the wire, they were in the game. So we're happy that we got the win ultimately, but there's definitely a lot of things to clean up.
What does a game like that do for tomorrow night?
Well, we understand that obviously they are fighting for their playoff lives, and that makes a team very dangerous. With how close they were in this game, I don't expect anything to change really. They're gonna play the same game that they always do. Incredibly intense. They're gonna come at you on the forecheck and make you work for your breakouts. So on that end, I don't expect anything to change.
Your power play gets a few, but you give up one as well. What do you think about the group tonight?
Again, the positives are that we were able to capitalize. Far too many chances going the other way is definitely not a sign of being in control. So some things to clean up there, but again, looking at the positives, they did capitalize.
When you think about Sammy Blais, he's a player that's had a lot of playoff experience at NHL and AHL level. A couple goals for you tonight. What do you think of him?
Yeah, he shows the veteran presence and the composure that it takes to play at this time of year. He obviously capitalized in a big way on the power play for us, but just his poise with the puck and the simple plays he makes, and again, his physicality on the ice, just kind of leading by example in terms of what playoff hockey looks like.
What was it like seeing the atmosphere at the start? I mean, kid with the stick up in the air with the towel. I know some memories for you a little bit.
Yeah, it's I've heard nothing but positive things about the playoff atmosphere here in Abbotsford. The fans definitely did not disappoint tonight, and hoping to see even more tomorrow.
What were your thoughts after that first period? Do you think there were some nerves maybe with the team, or what was your impression after the opening 20 minutes?
Oh, it was a lot of settling into the game. They did exactly what we thought they would do in terms of their intensity. They finish all their hits. They're a forechecking club, obviously, so the game was exactly what we expected. The way we handled some of that pressure needs to be a little bit better, a little cleaner to get us out of the zone faster. But no, we fully expected this to be a tight match. All 8 games that we played against them this year have been pretty tight, so I don't foresee a change in that regard.
How satisfied were you with the forecheck today? Because I think that's kind of going to be a pretty big key to this series.
When you look at it, NHL, AHL, playoff hockey is simply forechecks versus breakouts versus forechecks. So for us to establish control of the game and to spend quality time in their zone, obviously that's going to be a big part of it. Obviously just being able to sustain pressure and make them spend time in their zone will be obviously a focal point for us.
Manny, were you expecting it to be this physical? Because it felt like,
Yes.
every shift. What can you say about Seeloff? We saw him in Vancouver last year. Now, 30 seconds left, he stops a penalty shot. Like, just the composure that he has come playoff time.
Again, showing his poise in key moments is a big part of being a competitive veteran and kind of showing that, leading by example, so to speak. So he did a great job, like you said, last 30 seconds coming up with a big save for us. But throughout the game, he had a number of stops that, if those pucks go in, the game's a different story.
First playoff game for you as a head coach. How did you have to change anything from the regular season to your first playoff game in preparation?
I think for us, our focus was that we didn't want to change anything. We wanted to maintain our rhythm that we've had throughout the course of the year. It's worked well for us. So in terms of the preparation, nothing changed video-wise or practice schedule-wise. And I think that helped the guys kind of settle into, just kind of onto the next one mentality. But yeah, it was intense. It was exactly what I expected from both sides, and looking forward to tomorrow.
You do have a bit of a younger group coming into the playoffs. You do have some veterans. Did they step up in any way to kind of help the younger guys as their first playoff run here?
Yeah, you look at the play of Sammy, Artie, and Net. Deej just being a big body out there. Jujar had some really good shifts, controlling play for us. So, yes, throughout the lineup, our veteran guys did again, lead by example. However, there was efforts from our young guys as well. It was, as we've done all year, a collective effort from the group.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Manny.